I'm here with Father Mulranen. What is your full name?
Father Francis Mulranen.
All right. And what parish did you belong to? Do you still belong to a parish?
I'm a senior priest assistant to Father Bob Gross at Visitation BVM Parish in Norristown.
And how long have you been doing that?
Now I'm in my fourth year, so just about 3.5 years now. Yeah.
Okay. And you were at Visitation for a previous stint, weren't you?
I was. From 1992 to 2000.
Okay.
I was there as an assistant to Monsignor Clemens, and enjoyed the people, enjoyed the parish, I enjoyed the area. So when this opening came up, I was asked by a friend of mine, you did well there. Would you help Father Bob? And after praying over it, I was very happy to be an assistant to him and coming back to the area.
Okay. So you said you were in Visitation up until 2000 and then went somewhere else?
After Visitation, I was assigned as an assistant to Monsignor Thomas Heron at St. Lawrence's in Upper Darby.
Okay.
And there I got my first cancer after 2 years at that assignment.
Yeah, do you care to talk about that at all?
Oh, I'd be happy to. Sure.
You don't have to be too detailed, but
well, the Lord got me through an awful lot there. My first cancer was colorectal cancer, and it was a six-week regimen of chemotherapy and radiation. It was something new they were trying back in 2002 to radiate and then radiate the tumor, and then with chemotherapy mop up whatever cancer cells are floating around and then do the surgery. And the surgeon said, you're stage 3, your chances aren't too good, but if you do live, you're going to live longer this way. So I went along trusting, as he asked me to do, and trusting in God.
Did you have any intercessors, any saints?
Oh,
any
I had.
Mother?
Well, good question. I had Padre Pio's glove put on me.
Wow.
I prayed personally to the Blessed Mother. I had Lourdes water, and I put the Lourdes water on me almost every day.
From Our Lady of Lourdes.
From Our Lady of Lourdes. I attribute, later you'll see if we talk long enough in the conversation, I had cancer 2 more times. When it came back in my lung the first time, there was a 33% chance of living. When it came back in my lung the second time, so metastasizing to the lung, my chances were nil.
Wow.
And
so you're a living miracle, you're saying.
Well, that's according to my surgeon and my newest, my oncologist. Not the original oncologist, but the second one who read my file. I remember the interview perfectly because she turned to me and said, do you know you shouldn't be here? I said, yeah, my surgeon told me that. So I attribute it to the Blessed Mother, and I still do. I don't mind publicly saying that. Yeah.
That's very inspiring. Do you know if God has given you more to do with this world? What specific tasks he has in hand?
Well, I actually felt coming to Visitation, I wanted to do something always for Mary. I'm a chaplain for the Legion of Mary in the Chester County Curia. And I started a Legion of Mary at Our Lady of Fatima, and I was chaplain at the Legion of Mary at St. Joseph's in Downingtown, as well as now Visitation BVM at a parish named after her. So I kind of felt when that opening came, and Blessed Virgin Mary's Parish, I didn't have to hesitate too long in my prayer to say, I feel like I'm being called to go back there. Yeah.
If there's somebody who watched this podcast who's curious, what specific devotion to Our Lady did you do to get you through most of that treatment?
Oh, the treatment? Okay. Well, the daily rosary. I had a prayer, the Memorare, that beautiful prayer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But the rosary would have been my main prayer that you can say no matter whether you're on your back after surgery or if you're on your back doing the chemotherapy. I would have, I could pretty much say, I'm pretty sure I said about a rosary a day.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Lady Fathom will be proud.
I'm praying. I still feel she had a say. The Lord's water is what I used. And getting to know your mother
Yeah.
back in '92, when
So that was before there was even a baby's breath. So
she
what was your
was.
impressions of her?
Well, I knew it. It was in her heart, though, to always care for. She was pro-life, but part of being pro-life was we have to care for life for the mothers who can't, and give them an option to abortion. Say, we'll try to help you. And so I tried to support her all I could in my years here, and I think I saw it starting to grow. I forget the exact timeline, but definitely when I left, there was a Father Hagen who was like the spiritual director of
Right. He was.
and it was really taken off when I left there with her friend Kathy Sobachinsky. I think they were working together a little at that time. But amazing. She trusted in God too. Yeah.
Who?
Your mom.
Oh, my mom.
Your
Oh,
mom.
oh, yeah, of course. She puts a lot of trust because she just makes things, fly by the seat of their pants. But it's always kind of wonderful to see that you put enough people with the same goal that you can accomplish 24 years of an organization. So how did you find your way back into how did you find your foot into the organization of A Baby's Breath?
When I came back here, 3.5 years ago, you mean?
Was it 3.5 years is when you started?
When I started as a senior priest, it was through the golf outing.
Okay.
And the golf outing she's had every year, and I've had some part in it. My Father Bob, our pastor, is very supportive of our A Baby's Breath.
That's good. So do you see there? What do you think what do you think the good is that is accomplished with A Baby's Breath?
Well, the main good is to offer girls who are pregnant an option, and other than abortion. We'll be with you. We'll help you, and I know Baby's Breath offers clothing for children and offers housing for a while. I'm not sure how long, but and food too. Like there's a formula they're able to get for the babies as well.
They do offer formula as part of their programming. It's you come and you get rewards, and you come and you basically say, "Here's are my goals." And afterwards, it's receive as you need basis of coming with your goals, setting your goals, receiving gifts for those, setting those goals, and anyone can reap that. I myself am reaping those benefits. Now I have a newborn.
Oh,
and
wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's been very rewarding, even for myself to have an ability to have a financial relief with a new child, because you don't know how much things are going to cost. It's kind of troubling when you realize how expensive diapers are and how expensive formula is, and you say, well, okay, take a step back and rethink how I can organize my life, and that's actually a good merit that we should promote for people to do is what can you really do with yourself, and how can you be rewarded for that?
And I can see in the way you're explaining that the peace that comes over you when you know someone's helping, anxiety, having a child on your own, it looks overwhelming. But when there is a way to help with the cost of all that will be needed for a baby, now they can look ahead. The mother or the mother and father can look ahead. And that's what we're so grateful to your mom for offering in our neighborhood.
And
I
she'll
think
say it's
she
not
has,
just me.
What?
She'll say it's not just me.
Well, she will. She always means by that she's dependent on God's help too.
So what do you would say are the fruits of a baby's breath from your interaction with it? Can you see any rewards or successes that you can report?
Like I say, in my time back, have I actually interviewed anyone? I think I've referred some women to go to them. I can't name anybody that I have followed through with, or.
You don't have to be specific, since
But
it's very much a discretionary organization. You come with your own goal to not be in crisis, but it's not for display as a marketing scheme, saying helped so-and-so who's a big-time person who came to an organization. But yeah, just if you've had anyone interact with personally that said, I was helped, or, oh, I know what they do is helpful.
Well, overall, Karen's presence in the community speaks volumes, and she's really representing the Catholic Church's views. So she speaks for Christ, she speaks for the Church, that we want to preserve life, and it can be done with help. So I know her presence speaks very well in our community. And could never, I don't know the numbers that she's helped. You'd have to ask her for that. But I have no doubt she's been greatly helpful for many.
Can you speak to the fruit of sacrifice? Like, why does it seem that we need to sacrifice to be able to be successful? Because my mom said that the best volunteers are ones who are families of, 3 to 5 children, and they're busy, like all get out, but they make the best volunteers because they give their time effectively, or they want to give their time. Why is there fruit in that virtue?
Well, I think Christ gave us the ultimate example of sacrifice. I mean, he lived poorly. He gave up his life for us. Divine love is shown in sacrifice. And when we're willing to give up, what we think so important, and we begin to make a priority, say in serving baby's breath, maybe there isn't time for TV. Maybe there isn't time for a lot of social activities with friends or family. But the sacrifice is when your heart is in union with what we know God would be calling me to do, what's important to him. He's the giver of all life. He wants to be respected for that. And so when you get caught up in, I'm doing what I know God would want to be seen in our day, to respect the life that he's bringing to the womb and wants to bring to fruition, there's no way he ever creates a child, and once that child's life ended, it's up to him to decide. But we get caught up in that. There's an energy, and when we get caught up in God's very love and life, that makes the sacrifice, I'm going to say, not less painful. There's always this pain, and Christ felt pain on the cross, but there's an inner peace that comes over you, and of knowing I'm doing this in union with Christ too. And that's what I think anybody that knows your mom would know that. And they get caught up in her love for the Lord too.
That's very good. So last question I'll give you is, if you were trying to conduct priests to be as compassionate for women as this organization, what's one word of advice you would give them to say, there's things that you could be doing or not, or how would you best guide them in the direction of help?
Well, first I would tell them you can trust Karen Patoda, and you can trust her that, you know, your donations are going for a very good cause. They will go to what people are giving for, and to refer women to her. That give them that hope that Karen wants to offer in our community. I can refer somebody that can help you get through this, and it's wonderful having that reference. Yeah.
And what about the people who feel they can't accept help? It feels too demeaning. It feels that they can't, you know, humble themselves. You know, I guess that's sort of a fall for most people, is they don't feel like they can take from a resource. You know, how do you speak to that heart?
I can see that you've met those people, and you may have a better insight from me, but I usually I'll use Pope Francis's example. He's always talking about accompanying those who were on the way to the Lord, accompany them. It takes a relationship with God to be humble, because now I have to depend on Him. So if I can accompany somebody into being able to be humble enough to accept help, I'll stick with them. And sooner or later, we none of us are so independent and so strong that we can navigate the pressures of this world without having turned for help and looking for God for help. I just say accompany them till they get to that point where they can trust you to ask for help. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Thank you very much, Father.
Oh, thank you, Jared. It was
That was really good.
pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much.